undervalued and underappreciated. What I'm going to be discussing with you, class, today is discussion and the importance of discussion, which is imperative for the growth of humans and the understanding of one another. Many examples of discussion span across the world, span across the country, states, and cities. A big problem today, class, is that the world does not want to understand one another. They look at the other side and they want to just make an enemy. They want to say, oh, I'm right, A, B, C, and D. Well, when you don't want to look at the potential that you could be wrong or that maybe someone else's opinion is just as good as yours, you're going to cause issues for yourself. You're going to cause issues for the world. The three things I'm going to be speaking to you guys about today is the background of discussion, certain events that have been able to, change the world, and why it's important to implement discussion in the first place. So the background of discussion, guys, discussion can be anywhere from talking to somebody about a topic, and most importantly, listening to them, or speaking to somebody about something you believe in and having them listen to you. It can range from sports, to politics, to music, to fashion advice, to relationship advice. The great thing about discussion is it applies to virtually everything. Whatever you have a topic about or idea of in mind, you speak about it. You feel it, that's discussion. Now, the reason why it should be implemented in society and why I believe that people should look at a conversation or look at advice or give advice from an understanding point of view is because when we can come together and understand somebody else's perspective, they obviously think the way they do for some reason. They may have grown up in an environment that you may not have. They may have spoken to people or experienced things you've never dreamed of or witnessed. And you may have witnessed things and grown up a way that somebody else doesn't understand. And instead of telling you that, that you're wrong for it, or you telling somebody else they're wrong for it and you're right, understand. I go by the saying, God gave you 2 ears for something and 1 mouth. Always listen. Even if you gotta bite your tongue, don't make a fool out of yourself. Understand? So the importance of discussion, guys, you most importantly want to understand people, listen to them, and explain your side, and you want to be heard too. So golden rule, treat someone how you would like to be treated. Excuse me. An example of this, guys, is the civil rights movement in the 1960s. Martin Luther King was very peaceful. I think the way that he spoke to people and marched, he didn't cause crime, he didn't go out and riot, he peacefully protested. And when you kill someone with kindness, eventually you're going to grow on them. What Martin Luther King did with the march that he put on, the people that he brought together through peace, and it was just incredible. And that speaks volumes to the person he was. Now, modern day politics, you have the Democrat, you have the Republican, the liberal, the conservative, Trump, Biden, Obama, Bush. All these people you have are trying to pin you against each other. Now, what America was founded on was principles of everybody being equal with religion, freedom of speech, and all the wonderful rights under the amendment and the Constitution. So something that I feel like the world lacks today is understanding and discussion. And if discussion was put in place, as in previous times, such as the Martin Luther King, good things happened. Black people were given voting rights. They were treated equally as a white person was. And with modern day solutions, people can talk through. If someone disagrees with me on something, I look at them and I'm saying, all right, maybe there's a reason why they disagree with me. Let me see what I think about it. For me personally, I believe in the Second Amendment, but I do also see the side that people say, oh, let's take away guns, let's ban them. I understand where they're coming from, and I love listening because it opens my mind as to maybe things that could change, allowing them to even keep guns, like I believe, but maybe they could change them and make it harder to access, do more background checks. And so I listen to people about different topics, and I'm always open. I'm never against somebody, and I'm always open to hearing, what they may believe in. And without discussion and understanding and proper discourse, this is nearly impossible. Along with the immigration status and stuff like that as well. Like, there's different things as to people believe, and I always love hearing what people have to say because there's two sides to every story, and I believe each side has something valuable to bring to the table. So I consider myself an independent because I don't like to follow one person or one side. I love listening to everybody. In total, class, I talked to you guys about 3 things. what discussion is, why I believe it should be implemented, and how it's been implemented in the past. And well, Martin Luther King became good of it. I hope everyone can listen to this, and when you listen to somebody else, even if you don't like what they have to say, I hope you can listen or try and understand, because they believe the things they believe for some reason, and it's okay to bite your tongue for a minute. You might learn something that you didn't know before, and you might honestly learn something valuable to your own life. Or maybe you look at the person and you're like, man, I just don't agree with you. Doesn't mean you have to disrespect the person. Hope everyone's day is going great. Everybody has a great week.